All right, y'all, we are recording. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your night, per usual, to take the time to do this with me. If you can have your cameras on, please do. If we all have all day and the rest of the night to work. So really take this time to soak up what I'm saying, even if you're a seasoned distributor, because I may do things differently than you do, and you may learn something new tonight. So just make sure that you are paying attention. But you guys, I am like so fired up and amazed right now. Like, put a 1 in the chat if you are just so excited. Like, you have not felt the excitement that you feel right now, except for like all month, except for today. Like, all of a sudden, it was like everybody got their butts in gears. And the second that these announcements dropped, it was like, this was exactly what this team needed. Those announcements were exactly what we needed to propel us to the next level, because it is no surprise that enrollments have been low this month. It is not a secret. It is not something bad. It is not something that should be hush hush or not talked about. There are going to be, and I have forewarned you of all of this, ebbs and flows in business. That is just how business goes, right? Sometimes there's super exciting, amazing months, and sometimes you have to work through even when it doesn't make sense. And that is something that I have had to learn myself this month, especially, is even when our dreams don't make sense, even when the path that we're on makes no sense at all, and it feels like you are running on this hamster wheel and running in place and you're just getting nowhere and you get in your head. I've been there. I am there right now with you guys. And what I will tell you is that the second that I learned that this is a part of the process, and that the next day I was listening to a bunch of self-development stuff, and every single one of them was pointing me in the direction of, and it was literally repetitive of almost this exact same phrase, that this is a part of the journey. You have to be willing to go through the suck to get the great. And I posted or talked about it in my podcast today, but diamonds were made under pressure. You literally have to be willing to go from dust to diamond. And that's a really hard process. That's not something that just happens overnight. And it's not something that doesn't happen with continual work, continual pressure. And that's good pressure for you, because the people who aren't putting on any pressure on themselves are never going to get past the $12 an hour job. They're never going to get past more month than there is money. When you push yourself to the next level and you start forcing yourself to be intentional with your time and putting that necessary pressure on yourself, you level up. And every time you do more of that, you level up again. And tonight, I really want to just pour into you for a second before we talk into like the logistics of everything that we're going to go over, because exciting shit is happening on this team, you guys. I want to let you know what has happened just in the last 24 hours, because you guys don't get to see everything, right? Like, you have your downlines in your e-suite. I see it all. I see everybody's legs. I see everybody's charts. And I am so dang excited for y'all. It's not even funny. Here's what has happened in the last 24 hours. We have brought in over 1,000 in volume, okay, from both new enrollments but mainly like 90% of it has come from y'all listening to me about credit card declines. Thank you. We are getting a lot of reruns. And we are getting people, lots of customers placing one-time orders. You guys are placing, and we are placing orders for the Sleepy Tea, which I'm so excited to get Connor on. It is not even funny. Like, to give my husband a good night's sleep is just going to make me happier. So, yes. Get your hands on that Sleepy Tea before it runs out, you guys. You are going to be able to sell those samples like hotcakes. Almost every single person that I followed up with today, one person told me that they were going to sign up tomorrow. But out of the 5 people that I had put on the pre-order list, not just potentials, I had a lot more potentials than that for the Sleepy Tea, but like actual one on the pre-order, yes, I'm ordering the second that it comes out. Every single one of them said, do you have a sample? I kind of want to try it first. And unfortunately, I don't have it yet, but it's on its way. So I know they're not ordering right now, but even if it goes out of stock and it comes back in stock, they're going to be the first ones to order. And that is what is so exciting about this business is when I tell you guys, or people are frustrated about their enrollments right now, I want you to look at what work you were doing 90 days ago. Because the work that we're doing right now, you might not see today. There are those people who push the date out. There are those people who you're going to have to follow up with a million times. That is why you're working right now, is for the next 90 days. If you're slacking off right now, I can promise you, come the holidays, you are going to come to me bawling your eyes out because you wish you would have worked harder right now. You have to be taking advantage of the deals that are going on and the things that corporate drops if you are serious about your promotion, because it will only make your Christmas paychecks fatter. So if there's nothing else that you take from this, it is go time. Oh my God, Nat, you're like firing me up in the chat. Okay, so 1,000 in new volume. We've had 7 new enrollments in the last 24 hours. And in the last 24 hours, we have had 2 people boxed for Ruby and multiple 500 club promotions, okay? I would consider that a promotion. That is amazing. We have 4 days left. Imagine if we doubled what we did every day, how much volume we would be bringing in. Think about it. A Ruby is only 3 distributors and 2,000 group volume. We did that today. Why can we not do that times 2, times 3, times 4 the next 4 days? There is no one stopping us but us, okay? So there's a lot of exciting things happening. Not only have we accomplished that, but you guys, I have been really forcing myself, number one, take inspired action. And I've been talking a lot about this recently because when I feel fired up, that's the best time for me to work. That's the best time for me to pour into you guys. That's the best time for me to do my follow-ups. And you can't work your business based off of emotion, but when you take advantage of those small moments, it is incredible the amount of things that you can accomplish. And I've been forcing myself to, because I've been feeling, I don't know what the right phrase to put this in, but like I've been feeling the enrollments being low. I've been feeling everybody taking their foot off the gas, right? So as a leader, what I have to do is sit down and say, okay, it starts with me. What am I doing every single day? Well, I'm doing my bare minimum, which is 100 plus messages a day, getting 10 plus haps up, making sure that I'm doing my self-development, like all the stuff that I posted in the push today, that's every day. I grind because I want to, not because I have to, not because that's what is required of me at this stage. No, I work my butt off because I am so freaking inspired by what we do and by the conversations that I have with you guys and the conversations that I have with potentials, that it kills me to not work this business. Like it feels like my baby and like I have to have it with me all the time. Otherwise I feel lost because this is what I love. This is a huge piece of me. And when you gain that, the fire is real, y'all. Like if you keep it going, the fire is real. So setting your intention, and I've been pushing myself to kind of reel my thoughts back in, to step outside of my comfort zone, because I know that we as a team cannot go to the next level unless I'm leveling up. And I know that I'm not the only person who this one-liner stuck out to, but when we had our Zoom with Emily West the other day, and she said, "Are your footsteps worth following?" And my immediate response was yes, because I know I've worked my butt off and I know that I lead by a good example. But is there more that I could be doing? Is there more areas that I could be leveling up that I'm not, that is holding me back? And I took a week of just this like really harsh reality check with myself, hard conversations, journaling a lot, writing down what I was feeling. And at the end of the day, I realized I am not 10xing. What 10xing looked like when I first started this business is my normal now. I need to, in order to level up my business, level up what I'm doing every day. So that means I have not napped in a week. And you know what? I'll tell you, I've never had more energy because I have never been this freaking excited. I have never been this freaking inspired. I have been listening to so much self-development, you guys. It is disgusting. I don't watch TV until my last little spurt when my phone is plugged in and Connor and I watch a movie before bed. That is literally the only TV that I watch. Oakland hasn't even been watching very much TV because we've been listening to stuff. And that's one thing too, total side note. But it's really cool to have that stuff on. I know that some like moms or some parents like think it's too chaotic to have a podcast playing in the background when your kids are there or whatever. But for me, I just like, I know this sounds bad, but I tune Oakland out and I really focus on what I'm listening to because I know she's safe and we're doing things together. But it makes me really happy and fulfilled knowing that that's what is filling my daughter's mind every single day. Because whether she is coherent enough to understand what these people are actually saying doesn't matter. That is what is coming into her force field. That is the things that she is getting filled with every day. And think about, just compared to someone or a kid who doesn't, who do you think is going to have a better sense of self-worth? Who do you think is going to have a better sense of, no, I want more, an entrepreneurial mindset, right? And so that just like really lights my soul on fire. But point being, I've been doing this podcast, I've been doing the blog, I've been literally trying to just do absolutely anything I can that inspires me and that feels good and feels right and feels like my purpose, feels like my calling. And that's going to be different for every one of you. Like, I'm not telling you to start a blog or to start a podcast, but I am telling you that there is an area in this business that can be related or not. Like, my blog is not about It Works, you guys, but does it tie into my business and has it brought more attraction to my feed? Absolutely. I have had so many people swiping up, interacting on my stuff, asking for different links or whatever, and it just boosts my algorithm, right? So that helps my business. I'm gaining new followers, all of the things. So find the area for you that you need to level up. There is a place for each of you where that next step, where your promotion is on the line right now. We have 4 days. You can make a change tonight that over the next 4 days is going to impact your business tremendously and push you to that next step. So I just wanted to start with that. You guys, we had a big announcement drop in the chat today. Like, I told you some crazy-ish. Another way that I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone is because I'm doing these blogs and these podcasts, I've been doing it with people, and I don't mean this to offend anyone who has done something with me up until this point, but on my same level. And I need to be talking, not that those are bad and that I shouldn't be doing those, but I need to be talking to people and asking questions to people who are where I want to be. Right? So I'm thinking about immediate top leaders that are like first people that come to my head. Courtney Bohr, Kelsey Thornton, Rachel Jones, who I haven't asked yet, and I plan to. Who else did I say? What did you say? Pregnancy brain. She's like mouthing at me like I can understand her mouth. Oh yeah, Tiffany Herr. Oh my gosh, you guys. Tiffany Herr, Courtney Bohr, Kelsey Thornton have all agreed to do a Zoom with this team. They are separate Zooms, y'all. That is 3 separate Zooms that we get one-on-one time with top 10, top 20, top 5 income earners. Like, this is so huge. I cannot even describe. And so I just puckered my butthole and sent the message just like we would to a potential. And I'm like, hey, the worst that you can say is no. Like, my team needs you. And I am so just excited for us to get that opportunity. Like, we are going to be rubbing shoulders with the people who are exactly where we want to be. We get to ask questions that you have been dying to ask that you can't ask through a freaking YouTube link, right? Like, I'm just so excited. I'm going to be like sweating, nervous, probably bawling, crying afterwards, but it's fine. Like, this is so good. I know I love her too. All 3 of them are like some of my favorites. So I'm really excited. Anyways, you guys want to be there. This is open to every single person on this team. No one will be excluded. Having said that, there are only going to be people on that Zoom who are actively working and who are hungry and who are dying to rub shoulders with somebody who is where they want to be. So if you want to be on that Zoom, you need to take advantage of the next 4 days. If you want to be on the next Zoom after that, and the one after that, and the one after that, you have to keep pushing. If you want to be where they are, we have to grind like they grind, right? What areas can we level up in? So I just wanted to preface by saying all of that. And oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. I'm getting so excited that you're getting so excited with me. I'm like literally so fired up. So many people are like so close to their promotions, y'all. So let's talk about becoming really quick. This is so different than anything we have read as a team so far. And I think that it's really good. Like, it's almost a pleasure read for me. Like, I listen to my podcast and my like other things that I listen to, Ed Milet stuff on YouTube or whatever. But I'm just enjoying understanding different culture and understanding what it's like to be a part of a different ethnic group. And I think especially in this day and time, and especially with all these movements going on, like, this is a really good book for us to be listening to. This is a really insightful time to just learn, like, literally. So I don't know if anyone else wants to share their opinion on the book, either in the chat or unmute yourself, but I'm going to mute myself and give you guys the opportunity to share something you're loving.
So I'm like hiding in my truck because my boyfriend's playing video games really loud. But like one thing that she said that really stuck out to me that like related to the business for me was when she said everyone is carrying around an unknown history, and that spoke like mountains, and I don't even fucking know. Oh, sorry, language. But like I know for a fact that like most people on this team have gone through hell and back with life, and it just like, I don't know, it kind of spoke to me in the sense of like they might not understand something on the level I understand, or they might find something more difficult than me, but it just shows that like everybody comes from something else, and I need to be more understanding and more patient with people. So, but yeah.
Dang, mic drop, Abby. Love that. Anybody else want to share? Okay, let's move on. So, homework for becoming this next week. You should be through section 2. And people got really confused this last time about what sections to read. So, it's Becoming Us. It's chapters 9 through 18. So by next Monday, you should be through chapter 18, ready to start becoming more. Jamie said, I thought it was interesting how she said she was raised. She said that her parents gave her her own choices because they expected her to make the right ones. It was like she was an adult at a young age. I'm not sure why that stuck out to me, but it did. I love that. That stuck out to me too. A lot of her parenting and her parents' things were interesting to read. And I liked her little segue at the very end of chapter 9, where she kind of starts talking about Barack and like how they met and all the different things. So it's kind of cute. But that is the homework for that. Okay, let's get into the bulk of the stuff. Hang on. So I'm going to show you some of the things that you guys have been asking me for so long, literally forever. Has been so much feedback that this is something that you guys struggle with. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. Every leader, every person is going to work their business differently. This is just how I personally do it. It's going to be weird because I can only show you Instagram stuff, but I can tell you Facebook things too. So I'm going to go over it all, but this is definitely a time where you want to be taking notes. This is definitely a time where if you have your phone, you're going to want to go through and do it with me, kind of a thing. So let's start with how I interact, okay? There are a couple different ways to do this. Way number one, which should be pretty self-explanatory, is just your feed. So you open up Instagram or you open up Facebook, it's gonna essentially be the same thing. And then basically, you just wanna comment 4 to 6 words on pretty much every post that you scroll by. When you scroll past a post without liking or commenting on it, you're basically telling the algorithm, hey, I don't really like this person's stuff. I don't really want to see it anymore. Every time that you swipe by the same person's thing, it's going to show you their stuff less and less, which means that person is not seeing your stuff by any chance. So I'll just go through and I literally click comment and I try to make them genuine, not like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty or whatever. I'll be like, girl, your hair on fleek, or where did you get that bag? Or your shoes are darling. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting Tory Burch sandals forever. Or whatever it is, you get my point. But you want it to be something genuine because this is something that's going to create connection too. These people don't know that you're just going through and interacting to interact. When somebody gets a comment on their post that's asking where their shoes are from and they're getting a compliment, they genuinely take that compliment and tell you where their shoes are from, right? So on your feed, step number one, or on your stories. So you can just click the first story that you see pop up. So if this is your feed, just click the story, very first one, whatever. And I'm on Breeze. So I'll just swipe up and click the heart eyes. And that is you reacting. Keep in mind that that counts as a message, okay? So I don't mean for your messages, for how many you're counting. So if you send 100 heart eyes, you've sent 100 messages that day. No, I just mean according to the algorithm, it is considered a message. So you do 20 of those in a row, chances are you're gonna get blocked. So I don't really interact through my stories much like that unless it's something that I really think is funny and I laugh at it or whatever, because of that reason. What I do is at night, and I swap every night. It's a different platform. So I just kind of roll through them. So if I did Instagram one night, I would do Facebook the next night, and then I would do my different Instagram the next day or whatever. But before I go to bed, I would plug my phone in and I would go to settings, make sure that my auto lock is off so that it doesn't lock automatically. And my phone's plugged in. I'd click the first story and then I would turn my phone over and go to bed. And basically all night, it's going to be running through people's stories. The reason that this is really good is because Instagram knows if you're going like this, or Facebook knows if you're clicking through people's stories and that you're, again, not necessarily paying attention to that content. So when it sees that you're just letting the slide roll, it's saying, I want to see their stuff. I want them to see my stuff. So that's a really good thing to do every single night as well. And then the other way is on your explore page on Instagram. So you'll just click the little magnifying glass and then just click a post that you like this girl's cute and she's saying that she's pregnant. So I could comment on there and be like, oh my gosh, girl, I am so excited for you. Congrats. And then I just go to the next one. Girl, your Botox on fleek. This one, I'm going to be like, I love those matching outfits. I need to get those for my kids. Right? And then I just go through, and I don't do it on every single one. I go through and I find, oh, that's a cute photo. She's bawling. I'm going to be like, pregnancy has me crying over this right now. Whatever it is, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm not weird about it. It's just quick. And I just do 5 to 10 anytime that I'm on my phone. So if I find myself picking up my phone and opening Instagram, I force myself to go comment genuinely on 10 to 15 people's posts or whatever, or on the explore page. On Facebook, you can go interact in your groups. So go make a post in a group that you're in, super random, like a mom group. Just go post, hey, I'm going to start potty training my kids soon. Any tips? And just let that go. And then just reply to people's comments as you go and make a genuine comment, because sometimes you have to be careful with Facebook. The groups are weird. Every group has different rules. Some groups you can't friend request anybody. Other groups you can. So just be careful. And look at the group guidelines, but people will add you if you're having genuine conversation with them and if you're asking them good questions and all the things. So that can be interaction as well. Okay, the other thing is having genuine conversation in Messenger. This is like replying to messages or following up with messages that are already in your inbox. That will kind of boost or like wake up your algorithm, if you will. Okay, so that's kind of how I interact. Well, y'all drop a 1 if that makes sense. And interacting as a whole makes sense to you now. Perfect. Okay. This is how I grow my network on Instagram. So on Instagram, I focus on adding 200 people per day minimum on every single Instagram that I have. I have 3 different Instagrams. So that's 600 people a day on each, or excuse me, total. And what I'll do is I do that in just 50 people increments. So what I'll do is, for example, I'll go to my explore page and I'm going to scroll down, find a cute photo. For example, this girl, she's cute. It has 3,866 likes. And then I'm just going to go through her followers and I'm just going to click on someone's page, and this girl doesn't look like, let's see. Okay, this girl's page is really cute. It doesn't look like she's a part of any other company. So that's something that I'm looking for. So I'll open it up, make sure they're not with another network marketing company, make sure they're not already an It Works rep. Also with Instagram, it will tell you followed by or like mutual friends, basically. And you want to make sure, just like with Facebook, that you're not adding people that are friends with distributors on this team. You're taking somebody else's potential. That's poaching. You can't do that. You need to make sure that you're not adding people that are within your same group, right? Protect your network. Your network is your net worth. So I'll just go through and then I follow. And I just do that for 50 different people, and I just scroll through. That's why I like clicking a post that has a lot of likes, because that way I don't have to be like jumping around a lot, but I'll just click a person, look, and see. 9 times out of 10, the things that I look for, because if they have a private account, you can't see their posts. So the things that I'm looking for is a Linktree link, a milkshake link, coffee lover in their bio, rap chick, entrepreneur, influencer. Like all of those things are cues that they're in another network marketing company or they're doing something else. So I don't follow those people. I follow like the type of people who have KH and a turtle by their name, right? And she's like totally cute. I don't know why it's not loading. So I would follow this girl. That's kind of what I do for Instagram. For Facebook, there's a million different ways that you can grow your network. I would follow or add like 30 to 50 people a day on Facebook. It's way less. And the reason that I say 50 a piece on Instagram, like in increments, is so that you don't get blocked, just for like newbies who are watching this. But anyways, on Facebook, 30 people, same thing. I wouldn't do that in one sitting. I would do like 10, 3 times throughout the day. And then another good way for both to grow your network is through Haps. You guys, Haps is the easiest way to get potentials and the easiest way to get new people into your network. You are literally working twice as hard if you are only following or only doing Haps. If you do both, it is so inevitable to grow your network. You will never run out of people to message. You will never run out of people who are interested in your products or your opportunity, but you absolutely will if you're not growing your network. So if you notice that your new potentials list is low, it's probably because you're not growing your network enough. It's probably because you don't have enough fresh fish to allow the jump. So something to focus on there. And then let's see, drop a 1. I just want to like go through after each section that we do. Drop a 1 if growing your network makes sense. Do you now know how to grow your network after me running through that, or do I need to break it down again? Totally fine either way, but I want to make sure that everybody understands. Okay, I'm seeing lots of 1s. That's a good sign. All right. Last but not least, who and how I message. Okay. I get this question a lot. I get a lot of kickback from new distributors. Sometimes distributors are awesome. Like I have this one newbie right now who's like 30 messages. She's like texting me that she's done in 5 minutes. I'm like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. But sometimes I get a distributor who is maybe a little bit more shy, or someone who is hesitant to cold message, or whatever it is. And literally what I tell them is pucker your butthole. This is something that we need to do because you are being selfish by not offering this opportunity to every single person that is on your feed. Why do you think that you deserved this opportunity and they did not? I asked you to join me. It's your turn to share this opportunity with everybody else. And if we have that mentality as a team, that every living, breathing human needs this opportunity, there is no one that we should be questioning whether or not we should message. So the answer to who should we message is everyone. But this is kind of my tips and where I start, okay? So people who liked your post, I'm going to give you a very, very specific example. I made this post the other day. It's just a picture of Oakland and I, and this little blurb about the Sleepy Tea. It basically says, just launched Sleepy Tea. I'm so freaking excited. At the end of it, it says available for purchase July 27th. I absolutely will sell out. I'm taking pre-orders now, kind of a thing, right? So I posted this. The next day, I went to it. It has 112 likes. So what I do, even if your post has 2 likes, I don't care. You're going to do the same thing. You literally click the people who liked it. And I know, for example, the first person is Mackenzie. So obviously I'm not going to message Mackenzie asking if she is interested in my Sleepy Tea because she's literally on this Zoom. I'm looking at the next person. Oh, well, this person is actually someone who's not on this team, someone who might be a potential. So what I do is I go to them and I take a screenshot. Sorry, let me backtrack. I take a screenshot of this post just like this. And then I go to go to my likes, wow, and click the person, click message, send the picture of the post, and I say, hey, I saw that you liked my post. I just wanted to ask if you were just being nice or if you were interested in the Sleepy Tea. And I love phrasing it like that because when you ask if they were just being nice, it gives them an easy out if they're not interested in the product, and it makes the conversation less awkward. So if and when they are interested in something else later, they feel comfortable enough coming to you because you've already set this precedence that you're a real person. You're not trying to shove something down their throat you're just genuinely asking, right? And a lot of the times I do get people who reply saying, I was just being nice. And my literal response is, oh my gosh, well, thank you so much for the support with the like anyways. It means more than you know, or whatever. And just say thank you. Like that like on your photo, it does boost your algorithm. So they're supporting your business just by giving you a like. It's also going to show them your stuff more. So chances are later they're going to be interested in something. Or there are going to be people who are too afraid to message you or too afraid to comment on your post, and their way of telling you that they were interested was by liking it. And so sometimes I'll get a response back like, yeah, actually, I can't sleep at all, and I would love more info. And I put the other day all of my Sleepy Tea scripts, so those are all in the Moneymakers page. But I just go straight into my conversation. Oh my gosh, you're going to love this then. This is a little blurb about it. Do you want to be added to my pre-order list? Obviously, the product has now launched. The product is now here, so you don't need to get people on a pre-order list. What I would say is, do you want pricing and info? Send the product info sheet, send pricing. Do you want to place an order? This is going to sell out tonight. Or whatever, and even if you get a later date, perfect. I'll follow up with you then and let you know if I have more in stock or whatever. So that is kind of my tip on people who like your posts. You can do the exact same thing on Facebook. In fact, I highly encourage it. I don't care if this is a live video, anything that you post. Same thing with your stories. Screenshot your story. If you put an opportunity story up, screenshot it and say, hey, I saw that you viewed my story today. I just would feel bad if I didn't ask. Feel free to say no. But are you by chance interested in making an extra income? I think that you would be killer at what I do. And you're going to get a lot of no's, but you're also going to get a lot of yeses. And those could be some of the best distributors that you enroll in your business ever. And I just wanted to reiterate, I know that Mads put it in a post in the Moneymakers page the other day, and I talk about this all the time because this is something that really stuck with me, is when we were at conference 2 years ago, and Mark literally asked everybody to sit down, because we were standing up, who had been asked to join this business. If somebody asked you to join this business, sit down. And every single person in that auditorium, tens of thousands of people, sat down, which shows me that there should never be a day that goes by that I don't send a message. There should never be a day that goes by that I don't put a post up or a story up, because people are watching. And with how much this business has changed my life, and I know that it has changed all of yours, every single person needs this. So people who will watch or like your posts, people who view your stories. Emily mentioned the other day on that Zoom that she messages people like a day to 2 days after she has followed them or they've accepted her friend request on Facebook. I've always kind of gone with the general rule of thumb that I always gave it like at least a week or two, because I wanted them to see my stuff before. But when I say that fresh fish jump first, it is so true. And maybe putting the bug in their ear the second that they get into your network before they know anything in advance. Hey, I was just looking through your page. I know we just became friends the other day, and girl, you are freaking gorgeous, or whatever. Real talk. Are you trying to make some money right now? Because I'm looking for some help. Whatever. Like, keep it 100. Keep your conversations how you would actually have them. That's just how I talk literally to my friends. So that's how I talk to my potentials, because everybody's my friend. But those are kind of my tips there. And then, yeah, starting with your followers and your friends on Facebook. When people don't tell me they don't have anyone to message, I literally will force my newbies. Okay, perfect. Really quickly, I want you to go to your Facebook, and I want you to go to your Instagram, and where it shows the amount of friends that you have and the amount of followers, I want you to send me a screenshot. And they send me a screenshot, and they always have at least a couple hundred on both. And I'm like, perfect. Add those both together. You have 500 people waiting to be messaged right now. Start at the top. You know what I'm saying? Break out that friends list, print it out, or just literally click your followers, and you can sort on your following. So what I'll do is I'll just sort earliest to latest, and then I just scroll through, and sometimes I'll write down the person that I left off on last, and I will just go back the next day and start messaging those people, right? And then I'll just do it in bulk chunks throughout the day so that I don't get blocked. But friends and followers, super easy. Yes, Abby put in the chat, no only means not right now. Jade Hooper literally has like a whole video on that. It's only like 12 minutes long. Totally worth the watch. So good. Okay, and then I know that I've said this like 3 times on this Zoom, and you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but I'm just going to read verbatim the note that I put at the end of my journal. I literally said, clench your butthole and send the message, sister. So just send the messages, do the things. But I hope that that makes more sense. I hope that you guys have a better understanding of really how simple it is. Like, I think we look at growing our network and messaging and all these things as these big daunting tasks, when in reality it is so simple. Make a list and just start checking it off. So I'm going to end the recording, but